Hey guys, we're gonna do a XinZhao build into gameplay guide video today, and I'm gonna give you guys the runes you can take and then some builds you can do, you can apply in your games. And then if you guys have any questions about builds and just overall gameplay, just let me know down in the comments below, and let's get into the video. So first, a set of runes you can take is Conquer with Triumph, Alacrity, and you can take Cut Down or Coup. I know Last Stand exists, but I don't really like the rune that much. I'd rather have extra damage. And you always want to pair this with Inspiration. Free Boots Cosmic, just very OP, very consistent. You shouldn't really need to buy boots. I know you can probably take runes like Sun Impact Treasure Hunter, but I think it's really unnecessary, to be honest. Like, Free Boots Cosmic just feels very good, and like, you can just rush your first item, and XinZhao on one item is very OP, so that's why I prefer this kind of setup. And you always want to take Attack Speed Shard, AD Shard, and Scaling Health Shard. You could take Flat HP if you want, but it's, again, unnecessary, right? So let's go on the next page. Now we have Lethal Tempo. I think you can do this rune setup when you are going Titanic, so to say. Conquer, the reason why Conquer is usually really good is because it's consistent. It gives you AD, healing, and something that XinZhao really wants and likes. But Lethal Tempo does feel very good if you are trying to like carry the game, and usually with builds like Titanic, I think it's only viable with Titanic in my opinion, but it's really good synergy with it. So, and for your rest of your runes, you want to do the same. You can take, you should take Triumph, Alacrity, Cut Down, or Coup. Again, Last Stand, don't really like it, and same secondaries, same shards. And the reason why you would take Lethal is because you just want to be able to carry the game. It's especially really good if you have Enchanter. Like, XinZhao with Enchanter is very OP. Like Seraphine and like Lulu are probably the two best Enchanters of XinZhao. So if you have one of these two Enchanters and you want to carry the game very hard, you go this setup. Now, the first standard build, there's like two standard builds, but I think for solo queue, this should be pretty standard. Eclipse first item into Sunder Disguise Sterax. You could also do Eclipse Cleaver, but I think Sunder Disguise is too OP on XinZhao. Just because you're going to be in the middle of everyone, you're going in, so getting the extra HP is very nice. It's pretty consistent, this build. And you want to pair these, like after your 3-core, you want to build like just more tanky items. You just want to keep building HP items, basically. To me, I'm pretty sure Eclipse is the only non-HP item that he likes, but every other item needs to be with HP pretty much. You want to try to get items like Randuin's Visage, very good combo, especially Visage with Sun and Sky healing. So think about that while you're playing XinZhao. The second build, which to me is a very good tempo build, is Sundered Sky, Cleaver, Sterax. The reason why I like this build a lot personally is because it's very low on econ, and XinZhao, though he can use gold very well, sometimes you just don't get that much gold after your first item completion, right? Sometimes you play more for team. So buying items like Cleaver, which gives HP but also gives Shred, is very nice for your team and makes you tankier, right? As long as your third plus item is a lot tankier in terms of like resistances. Stacks is just a very OP item in general. It gives you a big shield, but then you get Tab Eyes, you buy Visage, Randuins, etc. Makes you very tanky. So it's a very good low econ build and very good on tempo. Like Eclipse, if you throw the game with it, it kind of feels bad, but you will never feel bad when you build these items because you're always going to be useful, right? And sometimes that's just what your job is as a jungler, especially on XinZhao, right? So yeah, keep that in mind. Okay, now we have the Titanic build. This is one of my favorite carry builds. I think, to me, XinZhao uses Titanic very well. It helps you get Q3 knockup very fast. And I like to call it very to the arena build. You just want to keep fighting and just don't back down. And I like Sundered Sky second. You could go Cleaver, but again, Sundered Sky is just so OP on XinZhao in my opinion. And then you want to go Sterax. You could also, after your 3-core here, instead of going defensive items, you could go like very funny items like Lord Dominic's, you know? It's like, it's not even bad at XinZhao. Like, it's the same thing with like the Nocturne guide a couple days ago, where like you could just buy a crit item with Glass Whisper and you could use it because like XinZhao, like he's already very tanky, especially when you build like this. So you can either go more damage and just use your ult as like to be a more like have more effective tankiness, and you don't really need to buy like resistances, right? So it's like really up to you what you want to buy. Okay, now this is like versus very slippery champions. Stridebreaker, Cleaver, Sterax. You see, there's a very noticeable pattern. Like Cleaver, Sterax, Sunder, Sterax, very good. You can go Sunder Sky with this build. It's up to you, right? you know, do whatever he wants. But Strikebreaker, very nice when they have a lot of range champions. I do end up building Strikebreaker in this game because they have like Lilia, Karma, Jinx. Very like, well, Jinx is not that slippery, but it helps me stick onto her, and then I can just like kill her. So Thunder Sky, very great item on this champion. Usually I prefer building a second sometimes. Like you can do Thunder Sky into Strikebreaker. Is usually might feel better. Because Strikebreaker is a very expensive item. It's 3,300 gold, and the stats aren't even that insane on it. Like, the slow is nice, right? But I think it's way better to buy mid-game. So, you know, you can keep that in mind. You can, like, alternate your items, right? So you can do Thunder Sky into Strikebreaker. I know it's not showing, but, you know, if you want to try to think about your build a bit more, that is something I would suggest. Now, this is a more, like, psychotic build. You can go Lethality item into Titanic Sterax. It's very high in damage. You want to have some fun. Voltaic, very great item on XinZhao, because if you're able to get onto them, you will slow them for 99% and they just can't escape you, right? That's why I put Voltaic here. You can also go Hubris for a very high damage scaling. I do like Voltaic a lot more because it's just a very good tempo item, and XinZhao wants to really be strong on his one item. Like, this champion does scale in a way, especially if enchanters, but like, you shouldn't bank on it, right? So you really want to play on your one item, so like your two item, your three item. Like your first three items really matter a lot, especially your one. Your one item is very important on this champion. So, well, that's why I like Voltaic a lot. It's a very good one item core, and then you can go into like Titanic Sterax, which is makes it very tanky and do more damage because that's the point of this kind of build. And you can do this with like lethal tempo potentially because you're just gonna be stinking onto them. So. And yeah, you see from the other core, like, you can go tank items or you can go crit items. It's not even that bad. Like, an item like Navori is good on XinZhao. Like, your CDs just come out sooner, right? So think about that while you're trying to have more fun with your build. Hey guys, now it's the gameplay part of the video. And before I start, I want to talk about the Tier 2 Patreon. There's going to be a lot of giveaways this month. I'm giving out 12 coaching sessions, 3 a week. And I'm probably going to do more things like this in the next following months. And if you're a Tier 2 Patreon member, you will get these benefits. Oh my god, I just flashed in place. Well, I have no flash in this early game, in the plat game of XinZhao. But either way, you get 4 VOD reviews a month, sometimes even more, depending if people are very picky with their VODs and I have more time on my hands to help you guys out. And you also get 20% off coaching. And again, I'll be doing more and more giveaways. The more people that join, the more giveaways I want to do, you know? Like, whatever money that I get, like, would just be reinvested into you guys. So, like, I want to do RP giveaways, even, like, peripheral giveaways, hopefully one day. I want to give away more coaching sessions, even, like, discounts on Patreon, etc., etc. Like, one day I actually really want to give away, like, wooden keyboards and stuff, you know? Like, gear that I use that I think are just very nice to have. But, you know, that's just a dream, and one day, you know, I hope I could do that. But, like, yeah, the Patreon is $10 very soon. I think there's 3 days left for the 50% off, so check it out. So let's get into this game. Looks like I'm doing the Raptor into Gromp Cheese because Lilia has no flash. So if I had flash here, I think Lilia should always die, but I think I'm only able to push him out because it's too fast, right? You see, maybe I should have started W, but I'm pretty sure if I have flash, I'll always burn his flash with, or always kill him if I had flash. And here I play for more, and because he has no flash reds, and I'm really strong. Now he's out of the fights. Make sure I try to get the small ones because it's like small little XP. And yeah, I'm surprised like no one's like, I'm kind of playing like a maniac here. It's like I literally just don't care. I have smite soon, so I hold off on hitting the wolves, and I set up my Q3 to go on the Jinx there to knock her up. That is something which you should do on XinZhao. Is like Q3 means you're charging up for your knock up. So you press Q, hit hit something twice, and then you go on the target you want to focus on. It's like how when you try to dive someone on XinZhao, you will hit the tower twice when you hit Q. And then on your Q3, you go on to the target, you know, to make the dive a lot easier, right? So these are small things you can do on XinZhao, basically. And after we won that play, somehow my bowling was, you know, helped me. I mean, Lilia's trying to evade more, and I'm not afraid, because I have support moving. It's the reason why I'm running at her like a complete psychopath. Another kill. 2 to XinZhao. For some reason, he ignited me like a complete psychopath, but it's okay. Now, when you're this low in the jungle, and there's really no proactive play to do as much anymore, you want to just farm, basically. So here, I should go do my camps. And the reason why I didn't burn my seeds right away is I didn't see which side Lily exited. Yeah, as you can see, like, this is why I was kind of being scared. Because I had a feeling like he was here. Oh, looks like he did my Gromp. I think what I do here is not correct, forcing this play. It's actually kind of bad. Because I should just use this timer to farm because I need to catch up, and then I'll end up being ahead of over to Lilia because Lilia's just wasting time, right? It's like super troll what this person's doing. But again, I think this early game will look a bit different if I had flash. Like, let's all agree at that point. But Lily gets 2 kills. It's fine. We're gonna be a bit behind in jungle, and it's a scary matchup. Lily can carry, but we're playing XinZhao with Ari, Jin, Leona, Ornn. Like, we can always win the game just by being very aggressive. I think I played this game like a complete maniac because I'm just bored on my mind, but like, it just shows how, like, if you know what fights to take and when you should fight, you will just naturally like have leads in the game. So I'm gonna like, I guess this video should be more about like how you want to get lead on XinZhao, and I'm pretty sure on my second channel, it should be a description down below. There should be a XinZhao VOD that should be uploading very soon, where I dropped 17 kills in like master elo. I'm like playing on a master account with a friend, just for like practice, and I dropped like 17 kills in master, completely 1v9'd the game. So you guys can check that out whenever it uploads, because I do 1 VOD a day on the second channel. I just upload any game I played from solo queue. Now here, because we don't really have any camps up, I'm looking for a skirmish. Luckily, Karma is fighting like a maniac here. And the reason why I was looking for a play is because Jin Leona will fight a lot. You see, I could have potentially dealt bots, or I could just kill mid because the mid wave is coming into me. So one thing to do as a ganking jungler is to look at the wave. If it's coming into you, potentially that is a gank, right? If you have the tools from your teammates. So that's why it was very simple what I should do here. And you can do that in your games too. Like, when you have decent strength, like you're not super beyond, right? Like, I have 3 swords, I had flash. So I'm pretty strong, I would say, on my turn, like this turn right now. So if a lane is coming into you or has no flash, or that doesn't have no flash, like, you will just get a free kill on the laner, right? Because like they have to get their wave in. Otherwise, they just sit at their tower, and, you know, respect to them if they have damage discipline, right? But most people don't. They will just walk up. And if you're the jungler with your laner's wave pushing in, right? That is where you should. Also, this guy's not looking at the screen, right? Like, yeah, I like lose a lot of my HP here. Yeah, I'm like trolling here actually. If you're a jungler and you see your laner's wave going in, you think they can get ganked, that means you can counter gank potentially for them. And it's something that you should try to actively do, because it could just be free plays, you know? It's an opportunity that might present itself if you are there for your laner, basically. Oh my god. Yeah, yeah, I wasn't talking about just my death just now. I mean, it's just bad death, like, it is what it is. Maybe I should try to take these lower elo games a bit more seriously, because I tend to get a bit bored sometimes. But like, thing is, like, I want to make content like both high and low elo, right? Because I think it's just good balance. And also, yeah, recent videos, I asked viewers, I don't know if maybe some of you guys are new to the video, but I was asking people, like, should I purposely throw a lead or like do things that aren't like things that you guys don't really know about, right? Like, I do very basic things to win the game, and people agreed, you know, they want to see that. So I started doing not too many fancy things in the games. I just play the game as is, whatever the cards that have been dealt to me, and it's like this game. Like most things I've done is something you can easily do. Just don't do the deaths I have in the flash I burn level 1. Please just don't do that out of all the things. But everything else is very recreatable in your games. Like here, being mid here, like this mid gank is kind of hard to really do because it's hard just to get onto Karma. Oh my god, I just knocked up the minion, by the way. Am I trolling? I hate this Lilio champ. Wait, I spited the cat. Oh my god. Yeah, we're building Thunder Sky anyways, and we're playing through mid a lot because mid bar are like our CC points, and I mean bot lane is just winning. But yeah, I'm like trying to track the jungler, see if there's any play. And here I think we play to dive top very soon because he's very low. This guy, or he has to push his wave. It's like either or, right? Let's see, I'm like watching one time. There's like nothing balling because they already killed, they're full HP, so they don't need me. I see this, I'm like, okay, this is just a dive because he's very low, and just look at Orange HP, he's so tanky, right? Like, also this tower's 1 HP, so let's go. Hit this tower, boom. You see Q2, charge it up on the tower. You see what I mean, guys? Like, it's simple. These are small things you can do on XinZhao just to do better on. And we played it for this, you know. And even though my ball is winning, like, of course you want to play off them, but sometimes you don't need to, right? So if you're tracking a jungler and they're just playing their 2v2, that's also fine too, right? And like, you could play for Dragon this game, but to me, Wind Dragon is like completely useless. It's like so whatever. Like if it was Ocean Drake, I would definitely play for it. I think Ocean Drake is just way too OP in the early game. But like, the early Drakes like need time to scale. Like Mountain and Fire, I think, are very good in the mid game, but early game they're like whatever. To be honest. See, I'm charging my Q3 here again. Nice flash on him out of anger. Boom, another kill. And this is how you can play with a mid laner. And the goons are coming. Don't know what's going on here. Lily is just getting very emotional. Wow, what a crazy Ornald. Lily lives. If you guys want me to do a Lilia video, I could possibly do one. This champion is pretty easy to play, but I'm down to do a bit more carry style champions because I'm going to do a Wukong video like this very soon, and then I'll probably do more carry junglers after that. So you guys let me know if you guys want to see like more carry type champions, like build guides and gameplay guides. I'm down to do always. And let me know how you like this format, right? Like where I just give you the builds and then like the gameplay, I just tell you things you should be thinking about always in the game. Like of course it's not like everything I'm like telling you, but it's like the things you should like try to focus on when you play these champions, right? Wait, why do I have a Phage secondary? I just realized, am I going like some troll item? By the way, like XinZhao's builds are like pretty simple. Like you want to buy items with a lot of stats because like you just want to play forward. So usually like the typical build will always be Southern Sky with the Sterax third. You can go Eclipse too, but like I really like Thunder Sky because of the HP gives, but Eclipse does do more damage. I think having double Ruby as a jungler, like in your build in your early game, just makes you very tanky. It's like very annoying for champion like enemies to deal with when you see someone so tanky just running at you with CC, and like also you have like an ult that just like you just can't get hits, right? Like it's so OP. Did the grubs. Looks like Pantheon gapped a ball in one time. Orn could have TP'd the whole time and saved this play, but he just didn't do it. Now what we're doing, we're looking mid again. We probably should play bot side a bit more this game, but the thing is like I want to prioritize grubs, especially when we're winning. Like grubs are so OP in winning game state. Oh my god, my Ari is like griefing actually. To the arena though. Trade 1 for 1 though, baby. That's XinZhao. I'm just hitting everyone for a Thunder Sky stack right now. Oh my god. Should be a good fight though for my team. I mean, like, they used a lot of CDs for me and the Ari. Pretty free kill here. Nice. Ooh, my Jin is smurfing, by the way. Like, also, I've noticed something playing in lower elo, guys. Like, these like Plat Emerald games, like literally, like we're at war. I don't know, like if you guys are experiencing the same, but like I feel like every game I play is just a complete like fighting like mania. Like it's just no one wants to like stop fighting, like, which is so fun actually. Like we need, like, everyone's fighting for space. Like it's actually kind of cool to see in lower MMR. It's like people are like evolving in lower MMR. Which I really think they are. Like definitely like lower elo players now are like a lot better than back then, right? I'm pretty sure. So now we're playing a dragon. We have, I mean, everyone's ready to take fight here. So if they walk into us, we should just win any skirmish. And here I'm probably gonna start charging on my Q3. I see how I'm like charging it slowly when it's like low. And I'm ready to go in again. And I want to keep pushing. We're very strong. I have Ornn here too, so we should like play for more. And now go back mid. We're just grouping here. Like the top tower doesn't really matter. We should just siege. Like we might just dive the ball in, or we can go mid lane here and try to get mid tower. It's also a really good play to do. This is what you want to do as XinZhao when you're ahead, especially as any jungler. Like, play for the camps. That's one way to get a lead. You don't always need to kill champions to get a gold lead. You can take towers and camps. Of course, killing them always feels good, but make sure you always try to translate it to an objective, which is the towers or the neutrals, like Herald, Grubs, Dragon. So, yeah, I mean, somehow Karma got picked off. Looks like Ari probably found a play. And this is why having Ari Fed is very good for the comp. I mean, Chunk Jinx here, and she also does. And like, XinZhao just does a lot of damage, especially to 80 carries and like very squishy champions. Side champions like pretty good. And we're still pushing ahead because, like, you know, their conditions are very bad. 2 people are dead. Pantheon does have ults, but we shouldn't be too scared. Looks like we want to base down, so now this is where I go clean my camps. I don't know what I'm building, but yeah, don't build. I'm pretty sure I'm building Hullbreaker for fun, but like, yeah, you shouldn't build Hullbreaker, in my opinion. I'm just bored, and it's copy like the builds I had at the beginning of the video. Though, Hullbreaker is not even that bad on XinZhao. He does utilize all these stats, so it's like kind of a fun build. So if you want to go crazy with it, be my ghost, you know. No, we're just like looking to do a like we're thinking about what we want to do next, right? Like, even though I'm sitting on the map with all gold, it's not like I'm that weak, so I can still like be part of any play, basically. Sometimes, like, usually it's not good to stay on the map with this much gold, but it's not always the case. But like, it is a good rule to usually base when you have like, let's say 1,000 to 1,500 gold, especially as a jungler. Like, but you know, here, because I know I don't really need the pinks, my Leona can do it, and I'm still strong to take any skirmish. Like, it's okay to stay on the map. Like, after this Herald, I probably would want to base, but if my team wants to do something, we can do something. I don't think it really matters the gold I spend. I'm still pretty very tanky, so. You see we're charging the Q3 again. And Jen opens up with ults, and now we're flanking. Ari is also TPing in. I think it's the TP angle location was not that good, but we're like going forward. We're about to get Lily ulted. I didn't press R, but you usually want to try to press R in those kind of spots. I do end up dying, which sucks, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, I went Strikebreaker. Never mind. It's because they have a lot of like ranged champions, like very slippery champs. Bro, my Jin is smurfing, by the way. Oh my god, look at my Ornn. Get him, Ornn. Get him. Oh my god, Ornn, man. Oh, look at Jin, look at Jin. Oh, yeah, dude, I'm getting carried right now in low. Guys, there's no way we complain in low. Like, I'm getting carried in low right now. I look like a complete donkey. Like, there's always people trying to make it out. Like, I've always talked about it, like, in the past, like, in lower elo, there's always going to be the person who's for fun, and there's always going to be the guy who's trying to make it out. He doesn't want to be a pistol player anymore. He wants to get to the big leagues, you know? Like, I was the guy that wanted to get out back in the day. You know, you could be that guy too. Like, don't cope. There will always be people playing the game, trying to, like, win. Just be a good teammate in game, you know? Don't grief the game. Like, this game, I didn't do anything, like, necessary to grief. I did have bad deaths, but, like, I'm not, like, griefing my team, you know? And I see a lot, like, in lower MMR, like, the enemy jungle just loves to grief, pull bad dragons, do bad invades, and it's like... There's no invade that I did that was necessarily bad this game. I'm pretty sure I played... pretty good the whole game. Like, I didn't do anything too special, so this is what, like, you want to do as a jungler, is not grief your team. I think I can do a series on that too, is like how to not grief your team as a jungler, because I can tell you right now, most people below master on jungle out jungle themselves, like, unironically, like, it's just, they're just that bad. Like, but they cope like its teammates are the problem, right? But it's actually they're the problem, you know? Another great fight. I'm with my supports. Holding hands with your support is always really good as a jungler. Got a little upgrade by my Ornn, my boy. Yeah, I'm trying to hold my Jin here. Hopefully he cannot die though. I've the Strybreaker, slow him, you see? This is why we go Strybreaker. And then kill that guy too. This is why we go Strybreaker. Pretty good item into a lot of slippery champions. It's not an item you guys can think about buying. Sometimes kind of makes you very tanky, so like as long as my third item is Kha'zix, like you're good. You basically want to buy a lot of HP items. If you do end up going Eclipse first item, your rest of your items have to be HP. It's just way too good not to buy HP. So keep that in mind when you play XinZhao. Now we base here. Not worth to pull Otacon. Everyone wants to recall, so we just base. Buy 2-3 boots because like it's just a good time to buy it. You could also just buy Kha'zix components, but not buy 2-3 boots because it makes me very tanky. And then we just go play for the Otacon. It's our next objective on the map. There's like no other objective on the map, so just play for the next neutral. So usually in League, current day League, is that you want to get level 5 pretty much by 5 minutes, and then you can play Drake, Grubs, Drake, Grubs, Herald, Drakes again, and then Otacon, and then you know Drake, and then Baron. That's usually like just objectives you want to play for throughout the game. So as a jungler, you always want to think about that. Usually, I think this kind of meta this season is a lot about objectives. You want to just get prowling lanes, have good conditions, and translate it into objective. Like objectives will just win you games, especially Grubs. I think Grubs are just very OP for snowballing. So should always think about them Grubs. Yeah, we're just gonna use little flowers, you know, give a lot of stats. And now we're thinking about like what we should do. Ornn's basing, Jin's getting the rip buff. And I still have Herald, so we can play the Herald, the tier 2 mid towers. This is the next play when you have like objectives down. So when objectives are down, the next things you can play for are like vision and towers. So here, all our tier 1 towers are down. So because we have Herald, you can play for a tier 2 mid tower. My Herald is timing out, so I really need to use it. Oh, my Jin's dead. So here we're playing for some control. And then we will walk in and play 2 Heralds. Oh my god, where did I go? I'm kind of playing like a maniac here now. And we got the boys here now. I mean, I'm just like so strong, right? It's like, I can't really die. Now we just go on the next targets. Go on the Pantheon, use some flash. Just hitting front to back. Simple. Your job as XinZhao. Playing front to back. Already died, sadly. It's okay. Here, look for another fight. I'm still very tanky, so that's why I'm playing like this. I have R, so I can't really take damage from ranged champions. So big strength of XinZhao. You see how like I'm just playing with my CDs. I'm like thinking about my Jin CDs. I can do that because like I know like I played the game for a long time, so I know how to like think about them actively. Like when his W goes down, it's gonna be up in like 5 seconds, 6 seconds. So like I'm like waiting for it. So I go in when I know his CD will most likely be up. And then we kill this guy too. You see how like I'm just playing with my HP, using my Stoner Sky stacks very well. Don't end up killing Lilia there, but we did get Zonias, which is very big. And I think I do end up dying here. Never mind. We live again. Almost died though. And this is just how you want to play on these XinZhao. Here we're just kind of just BMing a little bit. Orange just having fun building. He's a bit bored. And here I finally die. We're just overstaying. After we got the inhib, probably should just back off. We already got what we wanted. If we just reset, walk to bot inhib, take that. We just have 3 inhibs down, and then we'll just end the game naturally. We're just overplaying our turn. And something you want to keep in mind, you can also take control of it yourself, is that when you know you're playing for too much and you're overextending your turn, you should most likely just back off and then reset the map and look for the next objective. I could make a video on this, on how to just know what to play for constantly as a jungler, or in general, like anyone. You can use it for any role in general, like what to think about like while playing the game. Like simplifying the game makes it very easy just to play League of Legends, you know. I think people overthink it too much, and they're like trying to like solve a like I don't know, world hunger, when League is just very simple. I don't know if that was a good example, but yeah, you get my point. If you know, you know. Just doing some camps here because we're a bit off map. Ari's dead, so I'm waiting for it to respawn right now. Drake shouldn't really matter, but we could just do it to get out of the way. And I'm grouping here. Got the blue buff for the whole team. Probably could have waited 2-3 seconds for my aura to get a blue buff too. This chem tech does feel very good on me because the healing is nice. So Lilia has no zones from earlier. Don't know what he's doing. Guy was just for fun dying. And here I'm planning to push more because we got a pick. I want to keep pushing. It can potentially end. And this guy's no flash from earlier, so I'm just fighting here. Get that guy too. And now I'm trying to go over the wall like this. And you see, I have just no fear. I'm still going. And this is how you should play XinZhao. To the arena. Have that warrior mindset basically, and see if we just end the game on my own. Like if you take initiative, your team will follow usually, especially if you were being a good teammate throughout the game. So yeah, always thanks for watching, and let me know if you guys have any questions about the video, and hope to see you guys in the future videos.